Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humble host, Crime Time, back at it with a brand new video. Um, Today we're going to be talking about the last meals on death row, 9 surprise final requests. Before I get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Thumbs up this video, turn your post notifications on. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my first channel, Saved by Children TV. That's where I advocate for children first on that channel. Then my second channel, Charles Reactions, and they compare it to Crime Time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all three of my channels so you get notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Now, I'm going to be doing a reaction video on my reaction channel. Let's see.
Who? You? Me? Hello? Bye-bye.
Tomorrow on my reaction channel, we actually going to be watching a video of the death row inmates' last meal request. So don't forget to watch that video. Definitely, let's get into it. If you could choose your last meal, what would it be? Would it be a roast, pizza, a chocolate sundae, or something wacky just for the heck of it? The death penalty has long since been abolished in Australia since Ronald Ryan, who was hanged in 1967, but capital punishment remains today in many other countries, including the United States, where last meals are offered to those on death row before they are executed. If you more curiosity wonders we've complied some of the most surprising reported last meals from prisoners on death row. Number 1, a day of desserts. The day he was sent to the gas chamber in 1939, Colorado's Joey Oretti, who was falsely convicted of rape and murder, wanted ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You understand they wanted somebody to pay for the crime, but why would you execute an innocent person? You know, that has to be one of the greatest things. But secondly, this happened back in 1939. So remember, there's no technology back then. You didn't have DNA evidence. You didn't have none of that back then. So, kind of crazy. Joey Artie ate ice cream for every meal on his last day on death row. Number 2, feed the homeless. Despite claiming to be innocent, former Chief Robber Anthony Madden was executed in 1997. According to the BBC, he wished to have his last meal donated to a homeless person, but his request was denied. Number 3, the colonel was calling. One of America's most notorious serial killers, John Wayne Gacy, has also been a KFC manager in his younger days. Gacy was such a fan of the colonel that he asked for a bucket of chicken, french fries, 12 fried prawns, strawberries, and a Diet Coke to wash it all down before his 1994 execution. I actually talked about John Wayne Gacy on my channel, so if you ever checked it out, go over there now and check it out. Notorious serial killer John Wayne Gacy ordered KFC at his last meal request on death row. Number 4, Sweet Tooth. George Lee Mitchell was just 17 when he murdered 2 men before being executed at lethal injection in Texas in 2001. His last meal request was an assorted bag of Jolly Ranchers hard candies. Number 5, The Last Supper. Liddell Lee was sentenced to death by lethal injection in 2017 in Arkansas for murdering his neighbor. He received the Holy Communion as his last meal.
Child, call child.
Number 6,
Call child. Child.
Big
Child.
Appetite.
Call. Child.
The legal team of Richard Cooley.
Call. Wow. Wow. He in that big. He not.
I'm trying to do YouTube.
I don't know all the notes are.
Say it, Pete, say child.
I know they ain't the woman's back.
Pete, say child.
That better be woman's back.
Oh, she said Mo. She talking.
Child.
Pete said child.
Sean.
Say Sean. Which one?
TT. TT. You call TT. TT. She want Kokomo not Disney Channel.
Yeah, Coco.
Kokomo is not on Disney Channel. Go next.
Coco.
TT. Shira. Shira. Will. Child short. You can't say child, you say child short. TT.
Child short.
Say TT. Say TT. Say green. Say green. Say orange. Say orange. Say purple. Say cat. Say mouse. Pumpkin. Watermelon. Water. Cocomelon. Coco, okay. You know Coco is gonna take that. Cody. Cody in the middle. Cody.
Which one is Cody?
Cody is the black boy. Okay, Cody.
Pete, who is that?
Number 6, Big Appetite. The legal team of Richard Cooley, who raped and stabbed 2 university students in Ohio, U.S., urged that the 122-kilogram prisoner was too overweight to be executed. The judge didn't buy it and he was put to death in 1986. His last meal reflected his appetite: T-bone steak, hash browns, french fries, 4 eggs over easy, onion rings, 4 pieces of toast, Rocky Road ice cream, Mountain Dew, and bear claw pastries, a type of Danish. 7. Peace out. All Illinois kidnapper and murderer Victor Fagor wanted was an unpitted olive before he was executed in 1960. Apparently, he hoped that an olive tree will grow from his grave as a symbol of peace, as you heard about this actual story. Victor Fagor hoped his last meal will become a symbol of peace. Number 8. Eyes bigger than his stomach. White supremacist Lawrence Russell Brewer was on death row for the brutal murder of an African American man in Texas, U.S. in 2011. For his last meal, the inmate ordered a massive selection of 2 chicken fried steaks and gravy, a triple meat bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelet, a bowl of fried okra, half a kilo of barbecue meat, half a loaf of bread, 3 fajitas, a meat lover's pizza, 3 root beers, a bucket of vanilla ice cream, a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts. But when the spread arrived, Brewer did not eat anything. Apparently, he just was hungry. The first forced state authorities to stop granting last-minute requests to inmates on death row. Number 9. coffee, and a smoke. German serial killer Fritz Hermann, known as the Butcher of Hanover, was not told of his execution until the night before, as the nation's custom in 1925. He was instead granted an expensive cigar and a cup of Brazilian coffee before being put to death, before being put to the guillotine. Last request. When death is unexpected or sudden, we don't get the chance to plan our perfect last meal. But one way to ensure that your final requests are obliged is with a bare prepaid funeral. Paying ahead ensures you go out on your terms when you are not here to call the shots. Our easy to use online platforms put you into control, prepare in minutes, and after that, the rest of your life awaits. We'll stand by for orders, lunch, or otherwise.
Right, the Lord is set mouth. No. I can't wait to Christmas.
Death row inmates' last meals. What to know about the history behind our strange of fascination of these bequests. Phoenix. With executions like that of Clarence Dixon in Arizona on May 11th, 2022, there is often interest in the last meal the condemned person will eat before they meet their fate. While not all states offer condemned inmates last meals, in some of the states they do offer last meals. Correctional officials will reveal a condemned inmate's final meal before the execution, as Georgia did when they executed a triple murderer in 2016. Arizona also has a list of last meal requests for prisoners executed from 1992 onwards. Here's what you should know about last meals and how it came to be a matter that attracts public attention. How did the tradition of last meal come about? According to a paper written by a faculty member at Mercer University School of Law in Georgia, the tradition of last meal stretched back across centuries of United States history and before. The paper states, while most people believe the ritual of last meal originated with the last meal of Jesus, the tradition can be traced back to a fear of ghosts in pre-Christian times. In ancient Greece, you had to feed the person who was going to be executed so they could cross the river Styx into the underworld and not come back as a hungry ghost, a portion of the paper read. Over the course of human history, the tradition of last meal evolved. The parishioners of Massachusetts once held grand feasts for the condemned, believing it emulated the Last Supper of Christ, representing a communal atonement for the community and the prisoner. Read a portion of the paper. What are the rules when it comes to last meals? In the U.S., different states have different regulations regarding executions. In Arizona, state procedures on execution state that an inmate can request a last meal by completing a form and returning it no later than 14 days prior to the execution. Responsible effort should be made to accommodate the request, the procedures state. In Florida, last meals are limited to $40 and must be purchased locally. Some states do not allow special last meals at all. In Texas, the practice of last meals ended, according to the Associated Press, following an execution in 2011. The condemned inmate, identified as Lawrence Russell Brewer, reportedly requested a large meal that included 2 chicken fried steaks, a triple meat bacon cheeseburger, fried okra, a pound of barbecue, 3 fajitas, a meat lovers pizza, a pound of ice cream, and a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, but did not eat any of it. Mr. Bird didn't get to choose his last meal. The whole deal is so illogical, wrote Texas State Senator John Whitmer in 2011. According to an AP article published by the Boston Globe, the Mr. Bird state Sen. Whitmer was referring to is James Byrd Jr., a man who was killed by a Bureau in a hate crime in 1988. What do condemned inmates order for the last meal? Last meals requested by inmates cover lots of cuisines and either be extensive as mentioned above or sparse. In Arizona, Joseph Wood was executed in 2014. He requested two cookies for his last meal. Clarence Dixon, who was executed on May 11th, 2022, reportedly requested Kentucky Fried Chicken, strawberry ice cream, and a bottle of water. Timothy McVeigh, the man sentenced to death for his role in the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, reportedly requested 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream as his last meal. Ted Bundy, according to a 1990 article on last meal that was published on Deseret News, did not request a final meal, but was given steak and eggs, potatoes, and pie. Other less than conventional last meal requests, according to the article that was published on Deseret News, included a dozen raw oysters and 1 pound of popcorn shrimp, 1 pound of medium-sized shrimp, a pound of jumbo shrimp battered and fried, a loaf of garlic bread, french fries, pecan pie, pecan ice cream, and iced tea. There are also published cookbooks that includes recipes of last meals as requested by inmates. Does the condemned inmate actually eat the meal? There's little information on just how many death row inmates eat the last meal, but there are a number of well documented instances when an inmate refused to eat the last meal that was offered to them. Besides the case in Texas that is mentioned above, Bundy also refused to eat the last meal that was offered to him. According to a paper written by a faculty member at Michigan University School of Law, there may be a biological reason for declining a last meal. At a certain rational level, declination of last meal makes sense unless there is a late, unexpected pardon. There is no biological need for energy. Read a portion of the paper. The paper also states that in some instances, the condemned inmate may simply be too terrified to take a bite. Many accounts of those preparing meals for or sharing time with the prisoner before his execution explain that appetites have long left many men facing death. Read a portion of the paper. Why are so why are we so fascinated with last meals? According to an article published by BBC News 2011, the ritual of a last meal offers Americans programming connection to the people they have decided should die for their crimes, citing scholars and legal analysts. In the same article, a capital punishment law expert who taught at Fordham University School of Law said the ritual of the last meal captures the public's attention because the activity of sitting down for dinner is one Americans with no experience of prison life can relate to. It brings us back to the fact that this is a human being who will not be having any more dinners like we do, said Deborah Dino in the BBC News article. So that is the end of the article and the end of the video. Let me know down below if you were sitting on death row, what would be your last meal and why? And let me know if when you researched death row and you find a high profile killer who's on death row, leave his name down in the comment section and I will do his story. That's all you gotta do. Just leave his name down below in the comment section and I will do his story. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to all 3 of my channels: Save Our Children TV, Crime Time, Charles Reactions. Subscribe to both of my Instagrams, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter under my name. As of right now on my Instagram, I have about 843, I think. It's like 840 something. So get my Instagram booted to about 990, 999, 998 by the end of December. That way, I could be at 1K by 2023. All right, so I'm trying to get to 1K by 2023. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.